everyone. Welcome to another Chosen Lifeline for Men. My name is Walter Jennings. I am your chosen life practitioner, where I've been called to challenge change, the motivation, mentality, and mettle of men. Today, I want to talk about a very interesting metal, one that we see all the time in our batteries and our watches. That is one of the most flexible metals and one of the most important metals. I'm talking about none other than lithium. Lithium is a part of the alkali metal group, and it can be found in the first column of the periodic table right below hydrogen. Now, at room temperature, lithium is a soft metal that is silvery white in color. It is the least dense of the solid elements and is the lightest of all metals, thus why it's so close to a gas like hydrogen. Lithium is very reactive and flammable. Now, it has to be stored in mineral oil, as it will react with air and water. It can cause burns if it comes into contact with the skin, which if you've ever cracked open a battery when you were younger, you know, many of us as young men, we like to deconstruct things, take things apart. And if you got some lithium on your skin, it may have caused you to burn and scratch a little bit. Now, because it is so reactive, lithium is not found in its purest form in nature. However, it is found throughout the world in a variety of areas such as seawater, mineral springs, and also rocks. The word lithium comes from the Greek word lithos, meaning stone or rock. And although it is a metal, it is soft enough to cut with a knife, and it is so light that it can float on water. And because it is the lightest metal, it can be alloyed with other metals such as aluminum and copper to make stronger, lightweight metals. Now, just like lithium, it is important for us to learn how to adapt and adjust to change, or in other words, cope. Coping usually involves adjusting to or tolerating negative events or realities while trying to keep a positive self-image and emotional equilibrium. And as men, we know this all too well, when we not only often have to do this for ourselves, but we have to do this for our families. We have to do this on our job, where people are expecting us to cope, and as leaders, dealing with change in an effective way, where sometimes on the inside we are absolutely going crazy, but on the outside we're trying to make sure that we've got a good, strong face on so that people don't panic, because we've learned that when we panic, other people will panic. So coping occurs in the context of life changes that are perceived to be stressful. Now, psychological stress is usually associated with negative life changes such as losing a job or even a loved one. However, all changes require some sort of adaptation, even positive ones, like getting married or having a child or even getting a new job. And so even when it comes to positive changes, those things can sometimes still be stressful. And changes are stressful because they require us to adapt and adjust and change. So experiencing too many changes within a brief period of time, it can create this idea that we are not in control. And this perception contributes to often low self-esteem that may contribute to the development of anxiety or depression. And in some cases, physical illnesses may develop or even get worse when our capacity to adapt to change is being overwhelmed by too much change too soon. So coping involves adjusting to unusual demands or stressors, and this requires a greater effort and utilizing even greater energy than what's needed when it comes to our daily routines in life. And so prolonged mobilization of effort can contribute to elevated levels of stress-related hormones and to eventual physical breakdown and illness. So it is imperative that we have strong, healthy coping mechanisms to deal with change. And so it's imperative that we have self-care things that we can look forward to, that we can actually flush out a lot of the stress and a lot of the anxiety. So when it comes to exercising, when it comes to activities that we enjoy that actually helps us to relieve stress, it's important for us to engage in those things. Now, I want to be clear that some of the things that we often engage in order to relieve stress, when it comes to putting certain things in our body, can actually enhance or contribute to the negative feelings that we have. So it is important that we have healthy coping mechanisms that actually help us expel stress rather than things that we're putting into our body that will stress our body even the more. So experts agree that coping is a process rather than an event. I'll say that again. Coping is a process rather than an event. So it's important to evaluate our overall lifestyle when we're encountering significant stress and seek healthy stress-reducing activities to help our overall approach when it comes to coping with stressors and the things that we have to deal with on an everyday basis. Hey, you all, thank you so much for tuning into this Chosen Lifeline for Men. My name is Walter Jennings. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and visit us on Chosen Life Specialists. I would love to book you for a session and to partner with you in your individual journey and to ensure that you have the right strategies and the right coping mechanisms in order to have a positive outcome in your life. My name is Walter Jennings, and I am here to help you change your mentality, your motivation, and your mettle